Hello and welcome to another turn of Dominions 6. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say welcome to Dominions 5 for a long time, but we are not in Dominions 5, we are in Dominion 6. And I'm going to be looking into our Pyrene game. We are still in the middle, really the early part of expansion on turn 6. Let's go ahead and see. We did a number of expansions this turn, although one of these might be a scout ping. I'm coming back to this after a little while. Oh, this is our initial expansion group. We've got our Prophet. We've only got the one Emerald Knight left and a handful of Spearmen and Crossbowmen. So we're kind of outnumbered here. We're going to need our Prophet and our one Emerald Knight to do a lot of work. We are trying to shoot down their archers to get those to rout. And our guy obviously is quite strong. This is bad news. All right, we routed those. We need to turn around and catch this stuff. We need to do it right quick. Otherwise, they're going to chop right through our crossbows and then kill our leader, and then that will be that. And in fact, that is exactly what happens. And then, you know, partially because we have that routing penalty, we don't manage to... Oh no, I'm sorry, we did get off the field. You can see if we had just caught that force, we definitely could have won this expansion as well. Oh, he died or deserted, that's right. That's why I thought he didn't make it. Here is our scout ping. I just wanted to see exactly how many barbs we're dealing with. Barbs are kind of dangerous. And then here is sort of our true expansion group. We've got our Emerald Knights. Very strong. One of them did get dismounted, unfortunately. But we're gonna chop right through those. We lost the one. So, oh, that's the guy who must have died or deserted. The other one may have died in the retreat. Yeah, he died in the retreat. Okay. All right, we're all caught back up. You can see Abyssia over here, kind of hemming Nabaa in a bit. And we're gonna find out later that Abyssia has taken an awake golden lion, which is quite difficult to defeat early on. So I think Nabaa had to essentially give up a lot of this territory. And sort of to that end, I decided we're not, if we go and compete for this with Nabaa's capital right here, we're going to end up at war, I think. And I don't want to do that right away. So we're actually going to turn around. It's pretty unfortunate. I don't love our chances against this many barbs. We can see Nabaa is already here as well. And I just want to try and have a good alliance here. Because if we get this alliance, right, we're going to be safe for a long time from our northern neighbor, unless it's something like Jotunheim, who can freeze our stuff, or some other cold nation. And then on this border, you know, this is a one province entrance. This is a pass, but only if there's heat. Here, there's a lake, and there's a throne, making this sort of a one province area of access as well, at least until the throne falls. So we'll be free to focus a lot of our attention south, and hopefully we can knock out whoever's south of us. So we're gonna go ahead and we're recruiting more. Our Muflon, I went ahead and went no mage, so we can recruit as many of our Emerald Knights as possible. We've got our one group here who's going to go roll out and take this out. Unfortunately, just nothing left survived of our dying party. We're still recruiting miscellaneous archers to help us with these barbs. And we still got dark vines giving us problems down here. So unfortunately, only going for one expansion this turn, which is pretty unfortunate on turn 6. We'll get more parties together soon enough, but yeah, definitely a bit disappointing. But we don't see too many neighbors yet, so we're going to hope that we have time to set some more good borders. So here's our one battle. Against heavy cav. But we are the heavier cav. And yeah, we wrote them right off. Don't remember. Yeah, no losses. No, nothing found. Magic site-wise, man has named his prophet misfortune 2 sucks. Which I am sure that it does. So now we're gonna move our... Oh, it looks like I made a small change at the end of turn 6 that I didn't save. We went ahead and recruited a commander to grab all the archers. We're gonna move the archers here. We're gonna move this guy here, collect the rest of our knights, and then go here and try and take this stuff. And then we're gonna use... So this party could have either gone here to try and move in. We can see now Asphodel, we can see Man, or we can try and go down here and take this province back. And I ultimately determined I thought this was more valuable. This is going to be very out of our way. So there's like a decent chance we don't end up getting a lot of this. But, you know, we'd love this forest. We do have access potentially to already several forests. This is a swamp, it's a highlands. This is a large plains, and then this is a pretty large farmland. It does have a mountain on it, but I think this is going to end up being a lot more valuable from an income perspective, which I think is what we're really going to be after early. We're also incredibly sad. We can see that this province over here is 25,000, and we just have no way to get to it. So that's tragic, but and again, just another single expand. We are recruiting an extra emerald count. I think we're going to potentially be breaking up this party because it's going to get these reinforcements, and then so some of them will go here and some of them will maybe look to pick this up over there. I think we'd also last turn put in a bid for the heavy horse, which I forgot to mention that we did not get. So we have a lot of money right now. We are going to move this scout here. He's going to go ahead and start our fortress in the Gentle Plains. This will help control this pass, as well as being a very valuable province to control, just from an income perspective, and get that admin bonus on, etc. So that'll be nice, getting our first fort up. It's turn 7, it'll be starting on turn 8. It's a little late, and things do take longer. If we were to get attacked by something like Ulm, it would give us some problems, but this is a very awkward border, and we don't even know exactly how it looks between Ulm and Asphodel. So I don't expect to get attacked here anytime real soon. So we've more or less taken what we can to our north. Again, missing this one, and we're gonna now see what we can do on our southern front. And there's an excellent chance we end up having to just sort of duke it out with whoever's on our southern front, because we just don't have enough stuff. Kitchen, I'm sorry. Kitchen, I am coming for you. Abyssia, Balin has claimed the throne of the First Age. I think at this point he'd taken or claimed to have taken several thrones, as the underground ones are apparently quite easy, and the cat was able to do it solo, whereas we have very difficult thrones around us, which is pretty unfortunate. But so we're gonna go ahead and just chew through what remained of this party quite quickly. Now we can actually see. I think I had gotten screenshots of the lion before, but we can see the lion ourselves. Regen, MR, and Fire Shield. Casting Fireflies, I think, is wrong. I mean, I don't think it matters that much. It gave him essentially no fatigue, but it's also not like... I guess it did the point of damage. I'm not sure why you wouldn't have him do something different, but it doesn't matter. The lion is certainly not going to care too much about it. Plus 53 gold, and we found a magic site, unfortunately just an iron mine. Which isn't as necessary because this province already has this mountainous access, but it is going to mean that this province has access to a lot of resources. You can see we are going to go ahead and get our palisade together. We're going to attack into the Greater Wild with our big army of archers and then some troops. The other set of our Emerald Knights are going to head towards Faircliff. This one who has successfully captured Pavonia, which is a 14,000 province. We're going to go down here and we're going to try and again take as much of this as we can. This is pretty cut off. We could get snaked by somebody coming through the lake. This throne has watchers and a monolith, so I do not expect anyone to take that anytime real soon. So I think that's going to cut it off, so we can come back hopefully and get this once we've gathered what we can from this territory. So hopefully that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We've started in Acrobelts. We can obviously these guys are forest and cap only, as opposed to our Sarginas who go up anywhere. But I did want to get one to start our site searching off. We are researching a little bit. We're currently heading for Alt 4 to get Mistform. That's going to be okay against, let's see. If we had to fight Naba, these guys do not have magic weapons. So throwing Mistform on all of our troops is going to do pretty good work. We won't have the ability to counter the glamour or anything innately, but it'll give that. And then it's also, because we have lots of nature magic on our Acrobelts, Alteration has a lot of great stuff for us. Particularly on our way up to Alt 4, we can also get some Thug Paths. Group Barkskin at 4 is very good. Swarm is very good. Combustion is okay. Mistform is the other one we're really here for. As well as, again, some potential Acrobelt thugging options with, like, Temper Flesh, Iron Skin, etc. And we also have desires to eventually get to 5. Arrow Ward to keep our guys safe. Resistances. Storm is going to be big with Storm Power to do Thunderstrike, etc. Group Stone Skin. Maws, depending on who we're up against, can be quite good. I don't know exactly how... Yeah, it doesn't affect riders, so if we go up against Man and his Cav, this is going to entangle the horse, which will keep the rider stuck, but it will not cut their defense or anything the way I think it might normally do. I had to check with Moss, but it's also, of course, very possible that some of these spells have just changed and I haven't noticed yet. We also, with Construction 5, can cast Mother Oak. That's going to probably be a bit of a pipe dream with Asphodel in the game. And Man, I think, may have easier... Does Man get N4s? Can't recall. The Mother is an N3. Yeah, so they can get N4, so they only need Construction 3. Also, like, the People's Pretenders can do it. This cat can do it, although Nature Gems are not going to become things super easy to Abyssia. But that's sort of what we're headed at with Alt 4. We can also see there's Man's cap. So this is 2 from me, this is 2 from him. So theoretically that is a neutral border. But I definitely won't be able to, or would have more difficulty claiming some of this stuff. It'd be an aggressive posturing. I don't think we've seen their bless just yet, but we'll get to that when we get there. So yeah, we're gonna keep expanding. What I was saying is that our magical plan is also not amazing against Man, as Mistform, Man's unicorns, assuming he's gone for a big bless, have magic weapons. So it's a little unfortunate for us. And then we still have not seen our north-south neighbors. So we'll go ahead and at least fit in one more turn. Maybe we'll go to turn 10 here. Let's go ahead and do turn 9. Turn 9. All right. We can see that Agartha's got a throne. We've got another throne goes the way of Abyssia. We, once again, fail to find magic sites. Abyssia kills barbarians. Abyssia going a little crazy. All right, so here we're going to use these guys, as our, as archers in and of themselves. They can do perfectly good damage to these barbs. Also, we're going to hope the barbs crash into them first, and then we flank them with our cav to minimize cav attrition. Now, it's not quite going to work, because I didn't put them far enough apart. Now, our guys do have decent stats. They have 19 defense. However, the Mouflon only has 11. But they are quite killy. So we're going to hope that we get everybody killed. Yeah, we lost the Mouflon there. Lost the Knight. But the barbs are now pretty much all routed. So we lost 2 archers and 1 Knight. It's unfortunate. But I think we would have taken a lot more losses if we hadn't messed around with those archers. And then here we just have a big stack of Emerald Knights charging into a large stack of miscellaneous garbage. And particularly with our awareness bless, we're not nearly as worried about these corners as we normally would be. You know, the harassment penalty here isn't even present. And they did just route, so maybe it was a second ago. But very helpful there. And we got some Earth Gems, which are always nice. We can now see our southern neighbor is Jotunheim. So he's gotten a bunch of this stuff already. We're going to try and keep claiming what we have. So he's got 20 Jotuns here. I do believe our cav will kill them, so I'm not afraid of a bump. So we're going to try and take this forest. This group is going to try and take out these wolf tribe. We'll see then where this goes and if we can get access to any of this. And again, we'll backfill these Bloodhenge when able. But for now, not something we're doing. We're also going to attack into these Bakemonos, and we'll see. Maybe we can be cheeky and take this. Like cutting, if I could get all of these, that'd be amazing. We cut off access to the throne. We can hopefully get it later. But I do think man would probably attack us. So we'll have to see how we feel and where man is. Looks like this is still free for now, though. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit more. We need to look to get a mage here. I didn't send anybody just yet. I think I probably should have, but oh no, I did send somebody. Sorry, she is going. Our cat, who I could barely see. We're gonna get a lab set up so we can start recruiting Ackerbelts. I think I also, yeah, Ackerbelt's almost ready. So now it takes 4 turns to make an Ackerbelts out of a forest. So the lab cost per mage is quite high. But they are still extremely valuable. We want as many of them as we can get. So we'll, if we can, I think we're probably gonna look to build labs in all these forests. And, you know, there's kind of a lot of forests around us. So we'll have to see what we get access to. All right, let's go to 10. I don't think... Yeah, let's go to 10, and then we'll call it on 10. Just the 3 battles. Excuse me. Lion Tribe, I am not afraid of. We have more than enough protection. As you can see, we chop right through them. We also could have bumped into Jotunheim in some of these provinces, right? Because we couldn't see the far side. So that was definitely a risk with what we did last turn as well. We do manage to get our archers routed, which is hilarious, but we route them off the field too, so it's okay. I guess we lost 9 of 29. Still. Took the province, and I'm happy enough to get those archers off the payroll. They were not going to do anything for us in the near future besides provide, like, patrol strength, maybe siege strength in a pinch, but here we are against the Bakemono. Obviously, they can have they have very good attack density, but they die real fast. And, yeah, they rout off the field. And so this is gonna just about end our expansion. We have run into Jotun everywhere. There's 100 100 undead here, including a lot of long dead horsemen. I don't want to run this group into that. I think that that is just going to be too dangerous. We did find a dancing lights, so that's a glamour gem, which is pretty nice. We don't have any way to use it yet, but we might be able to trade with people. So it's turn 10. We have we also we ran out of expansion room here. So we ended up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 taken or surrounded. Although some of those, like this one, is going to take a lot longer to get. There's a lot of troops here. And we're going to go ahead and scout down. See where Jotunheim is. Because, like, I don't know if he's more down here or if he's more sort of this a ways. And he could be, you know, it's hard to know if he's like huge or normal, or maybe he's, you know, caps like here. For him to be normal sized, given that none of these are Jotunheim, he's got something at least 3 away from his cap, probably several somethings. So his expansion looks pretty good. Jotunheim typically doesn't go in it for their sacreds, has been my experience. They've got the Thrims hurting. You know, it's got ice protection and a chill aura. I have seen chill auras has, for me, felt less impactful than they did in 5. I don't know if that's actual math or if it's just that that's sort of the feeling that I've had. That part is still unclear, but there's susceptible to shock, and we have plenty of access to air mages. We don't have any access to cold stuff, so hitting them with cold is irrelevant. And then we're heat, so their ice protection, not gonna let them attack us super well. I mean, they're just a nation that's incredibly vulnerable to air magic, and we have tons of air mages. So I don't, usually they play kind of scales. They don't take a big blast, right? This guy costs 100 gold and is not all that much better in a lot of ways than just sort of their regular troops. They do have the rock throwers, the hurlers, are pretty bad for our cav. The 36 damage bowler is pretty intense. But Jotunheim, in my experience, tends to take a little while to get off the ground, and we can fly in with Sorginas and lightning bolt them to death, hopefully. Plus, Mistform is incredibly effective, as they are, you know, their attack density is very low. So when they start, you know, missing a lot of swings, or even, you know, even if they were to deal enough damage to pop the Mistform in the first try, that's still a whole swing that didn't go. Swarm will also be incredibly effective against them, as potentially will like summon imps. So I kind of like our matchup against Jotunheim, and I think the way our geography is, that's probably where we're going to be looking. On the other hand, we don't need to do anything right away. If we find out that man is dying to someone, you know, we can move in there. It's going to be harder to do that on this border. Ditto for Naba. If they're dying, we can try and move in there. Don't forget that sometimes some of these are still out here, but Naba also like hides province ownership and crap. Not getting this is kind of rough, but I think we've hopefully bought an ally for a long time. And, you know, we've got a bit of a buffer between us and the Abyssian Awake expansion nonsense. So it'll be fine. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna send everybody back to deal with the Dark Vines, and then we'll come look to swing pick this back up in a couple turns. Once the Dark Vines are dealt with, we've got our lab going up. We've switched back to Sorginas. We have a ton of gold, but we're gonna need it. We've got a palisade that's in the works here that's gonna need a lab. This is going to need a lab. We don't need temples for recruiting, but we are going to need temples for Dominion. I have played with Kijin before on Man, and he loves to spam temples. Man has cheap temples. So we're going to need to definitely get some extra temples up. We can blood sack, which helps a lot. Now, I don't think Jotunheim will have as many temples, but their Dominion spreads cold, which is not great for us, especially if we're trying to stay out of letting them use their cold power, at least if they attack us. So I think that is going to be it for expansion. I'm not dissatisfied with where we ended up. We could have gotten more if we'd been a little bit more fortunate in our first party that attacked here, because we were strong enough. We just kind of didn't connect right with the Indies. So maybe something fixable there. But and then the way this river has been was pretty disappointing, just in how it kind of limited what we were able to do. But, you know, we're going to get 3 forests. We've got some nice high pot provinces. This might be a high pot province. So I like our gold income. We have access to a lot of thrones. If we can get troops to pick those up. So that'd be pretty nice. Lots of good stuff in the thrones. I think the thrones this game are all pretty much stuff we'd claim, not misfortune, because I hate misfortune. But the rest of them would be nice. So we'll see how that part goes. But thanks everybody for joining me, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Have a great day.